You buy switches for the sound clip, then your board feels wrong all week. Maybe the bump is tiring, the click annoys everyone, or the pins don't fit your plate. So this guide sorts switches by feel, burden, and skip if reality. Pick feel first, then pin layout, then noise burden. Prices and stock move, so check before you buy. Let's move. Number 1. Gazzew Boba U4T 62G. If you want the tactile switch people imagine before they know the jargon, I'd start here. The fit is a pronounced rounded bump without going into clicky territory. It actuates at 42 GF with a 59 GF peak tactile force, so the bump feels intentional rather than wispy. Travel is shorter too, with 2.3 millimeters before actuation and 3.1 millimeters to bottom out. That makes it feel compact under your fingers. The trade-off is the buying path, because easy major retailer stock isn't its strength. The 62G version is also only one spring flavor. Skip it if you want linear smoothness, audible clicks, or a very light press. I'd pick it for typing first boards. Number 2. Akko V3 Cream Blue Pro. Building a tactile board without turning lubing into a weekend project? I look here. This is the budget tactile pick for a buyer who wants a pre-lubed 5-pin switch. The numbers land in medium tactile territory, with 39 GF actuation and 52 GF peak tactile force. That means you still get a bump, but it shouldn't feel like a finger workout. The trade-off is sound, because this switch leans louder and higher pitched than many tactile alternatives. Hand lubing can be a refinement step, not a required first step. Skip it if you want a deeper, quieter tactile profile. I'd buy it for value, not for stealth. Number 3. Gateron Ink Black V2. This is the linear pick I'd choose when you want smooth travel and a deeper sound profile. There isn't a bump to guide you, so the appeal is that clean downstroke. It uses a 5-pin design, and the press is heavier than the budget linear here. Actuation is 54 GF, with 67 GF at bottom out. So it's better for someone who likes resistance under fast typing. The trade-off is build fuss, because wobble is the weakness to plan around. Switch films can be part of the build if that bothers you. Skip it if heavier linears fatigue you. I'd also skip it if you want a drop-in custom build with no tuning. Number 4. Gateron G Pro Yellow. If the ink black sounds too heavy or too fussy, this is the budget linear I'd check next. The fit is a no-fuss build where you want pre-lubed smoothness and lighter actuation. It actuates at 46 GF and bottoms out at 61 GF, so the press is easier than Ink Black V2. It also has 1.7 millimeters pre-travel, the shortest on this list. That can feel quick without needing a heavy switch. The trade-off is the 3-pin layout, which gives up the extra mounting legs. Skip it if your build specifically needs 5-pin switches. I'd also skip it if current stock is non-negotiable. Number 5. Gateron Melodic. Clicky switches are a choice your roommates and coworkers also notice. So I'd only buy this if you specifically want that click added to the tactile event. The fit is a 5-pin clicky switch with a lighter, clearer character than old-school loud clickers. Actuation is 39 GF, and peak tactile force is 60 GF, so the bump has presence without turning heavy. The trade-off is obvious. Shared spaces can make clicky switches a problem. This one also isn't the sharpest classic click, if that's your taste. Skip it for open offices, calls, or late-night typing near someone else. I'd pick it for a private desk, not a shared one. Number 6. TTC Frozen Silent V2. This is the switch I'd buy when noise matters more than switch drama. The fit is a quieter linear setup with a light press and no tactile bump. Actuation is 38 GF, with 45 GF at bottom out, so it asks less from your fingers than most here. Travel is also controlled, with 2.0 millimeters pre-travel and 3.4 millimeters to bottom out. That keeps the feel from turning long and floppy. The trade-off is the 3-pin design, plus the obvious linear compromise. You give up tactile feedback for a calmer board. Skip it if you need 5-pin mounting or a heavier key press. I'd pick it for calls and shared walls. Number 7. Durock T1 Silent Shrimp. If silent linears feel too vague, this is the quiet tactile compromise I consider. The fit is tactile feedback with lower switch noise than typical non-silent tactiles. It actuates at 41 GF, then reaches a 67 GF peak tactile force, so the bump is not hiding. The 5-pin layout also suits custom boards that want steadier mounting. The trade-off is that silent tactile switches can still make more noise than silent linears. The turquoise housing can also cool RGB color, which matters in lighting-focused builds. Skip it if you want the quietest possible switch type. I'd also skip it if RGB accuracy is part of the whole setup. Here's the quick split. For tactile typing, I'd start with Boba U4T or Akko if budget leads. For linears, Ink Black is the heavier custom pick, while G Pro Yellow is easier going. For noise control, Frozen Silent is quieter linear, and Silent Shrimp keeps the bump. Before buying, match 3-pin or 5-pin support to your board. Then decide if lubing, films, or sound tuning fits your patience. Finally, buy enough switches for your layout and a few mistakes. My pick for most tactile boards is Boba U4T. Budget builders should check Akko or G Pro Yellow. Shared space buyers should start with TTC Frozen Silent V2. If you want the products, links are in the description.